In November 1986, this man founded a company that would become the second largest private automobile manufacturer in China. This company is Geely, and this man is Li Shufu. Born in Taizhou, Zhejiang province, once China's richest province with the highest per capita income of any province in China, Li Shufu was brought up in an agricultural area where most people earned their living through farming, and here it was viewed as a luxury to buy a car or take a flight. Inspired by cars he saw at a nearby military airport, Li Shufu made his first model car at the age of 10. When Li Shufu was 19, his father gifted him 100 yuan, and having an entrepreneurial mindset, Li Shufu used this money to buy a camera, and soon he was charging local and tourists a fee to take pictures. This would be his first business venture. The camera that Li brought was very cheap, and soon it was no longer any good, so he built his own. He would later go on to set up his very own studio, where he was selling homemade camera accessories. At one point, he was extracting silver and gold from abandoned machinery, drawing on the knowledge he gained from developing photographs. However, Li did not stick around this venture too long due to increased competition which forced him to move on. According to Li Shufu, getting silver and gold out of junk machinery was quick to be learned by others. Li Shufu studied at Harbin University of Science and Technology, where he earned his bachelor's degree in management engineering, and then moved on to Yashan University, where he earned his master's in mechanical engineering. In 1986, at age 23, Li Shufu took on his second entrepreneurial venture, starting Geely, which means lucky in Chinese. Geely started off making refrigerator and air conditioner parts, and later complete refrigerators in a nearby village. Due to his innovation in the manufacturing process, the small village factory quickly expanded and became the largest employer in Taizhou. However, Li was once again driven out of the refrigerator business due to the entry of more local players. According to Li, Chinese are quick learners and quick followers. 3 years later, the first Geely Group enterprise was founded as China's first manufacturer of magnesium aluminum decorative boards used in construction, and soon these products quickly dominated the domestic market. Geely, under the control of Li Shufu, took its first step in mobility in 1994 as a producer of mopeds in China. 3 years later, Li Shufu took Geely into the automotive industry as China's first private automaker and starts learning to build cars. This time, Li Shufu was not worried about being forced out by competitors. According to Li Shufu, the auto industry is a competition of human resources, competition of funding, technology, and the competition is international, and therefore the barrier for entry is very high. Geely's first car was hand-built by Li Shufu and Geely engineers, but the cars were far from successful. In 1998, Geely Auto, first mass-produced car, rolls off the factory line, breaking the monopoly of state-owned and foreign imports in the Chinese vehicle market. But the cars were very basic, and Li Shufu refused to sell them and scrapped every last one. A second and a third batch was also very unsatisfactory, and so he destroyed these cars also. With the factory at full production, Li Shufu recognized that more skilled and trained persons were needed in the automotive industry. And thus, in 2000, he opened the Geely University to train much needed talents. It was also at this time that the second model of the Mirai launched. The employees of Geely were overly excited of their second model and said, "Though we are newcomers to the industry, we are like a newborn baby, quick to learn, quick to grow, and quick to become strong." In 2005, Li Shufu took Geely public, and it was listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. That same year, Geely would also become the first Chinese automaker to be invited to the Frankfurt Auto Show. Li Shufu would continue to swiftly increase Geely's reach in the overseas market by signing an agreement with London Taxi to produce the famous taxis in Shanghai. After this, Li Shufu had the idea of buying out a major international vehicle manufacturer, Swedish brand Volvo. In 2010, Li Shufu through Geely acquired 100% ownership of Volvo Cars and related assets, becoming the first global automotive group from China. In the coming years, Geely would go on to achieve many milestones. In 2013, they fully acquired the London Taxi Company and renamed it London Electric Vehicle Company. In 2017, Geely acquired 49.9% stake in Proton and 51% stake in sports car brand Lotus. In 2018, Geely would again purchase a significant stake in another international company. This time it was Daimler AG, which owns Mercedes-Benz. Geely's stakes in Daimler AG sits at 9.7%. Here are some random facts about Li Shufu. At the moment, he is listed as the 60th richest person on the planet with a net worth of $21.6 billion. He also views himself as the Henry Ford of China, and he is 59 years of age. This is what Li Shufu net worth can buy at the moment: 11.9 million troy ounces of gold, 187 million barrels of crude oil. It is no doubt that Li Shufu has done tremendously well with Geely, taking it from a struggling auto manufacturer to one of the most powerful companies in the world.